Hello and welcome to Frankly Speaking, where we dive deep into regional headlines and speak with leading policymakers and business leaders. I am Katie Jensen. In less than 9 months, results will be revealed as to which global city will win the right to host the World Expo 2030. Spearheading the Saudi capital's bid is His Excellency Fahd Al-Rasheed, the CEO of the Royal Commission for Riyadh City. He joins us today to discuss what exactly Riyadh has to offer and why he is confident it will win the right to host this prestigious global event. Your Excellency, thank you for joining us on Frankly Speaking. Now, apart from being the CEO of the body that oversees the expansion of Riyadh, you are also spearheading the Saudi capital's efforts to host Expo 2030. The vote is in less than 9 months. So let me ask you, frankly speaking, why should the world vote for Riyadh and not Rome, Odessa or Busan?
Well, I have a conflict of interest. I think the city of Riyadh is a global city, 40th largest city economy in the world, 8 million residents, a third of which are not Saudi. We have over 30 projects in the city. So I think the world would really enjoy a different experience, seeing Riyadh, getting to know its people, and enjoying our hospitality and friendliness.
All right, well, you seem quite confident. Let me ask you, don't you feel that Odessa might simply get a sympathy vote due to the Ukraine war, or that Rome or Busan can make a better bid?
They all have their own cases, and I have the utmost respect for their team's efforts and their bid, so it's not about that. We believe, though, Expo 2030 should be about something different. It shouldn't be just about the site. It shouldn't be just about the experiences within the site. The Expo is moving on to a new level of engagement. We want this Expo to be a global conversation about the future, about how we can manage the challenges and opportunities that future brings about, and we want to work with the world. So it's really a global partnership. That's why our bid has the theme of Together for a Foresighted Tomorrow. And we're focused on 3 sub-themes. The first is a different tomorrow. We need to project 2050 and all of the challenges it will bring about in terms of technology, but also how to embrace them. The second is climate action. We believe that this is a very important element of tomorrow, and we need to actually address it jointly, not at the level of the state, but at the level of the individual. And third, we believe in prosperity for all, giving everybody in the world the same opportunity.
The Middle East, of course, just saw Expo 2020 held in Dubai. What are your thoughts on how the Dubai fair fared? Any lessons learned?
There are lots of lessons learned, but to be honest with you, it was a great one. They set the bar very high, which is great. We've met with them and our friends in Dubai. We've learned from their experience, and we'll incorporate a lot of the learning into our bid and into our project. But our effort is going to be focused not just on the physical visits. Yes, we will have 40 million visitors on site. They will have a great curated experience between all of the different pavilions. But we really believe that more people should be engaged. That's why we made the commitment to invest in the metaverse and bring the Expo to the world. There will be 1 billion visitors in our metaverse, and that will make it the largest participation in the Expo ever.
Mr. Al-Rasheed, should Riyadh win, you are aiming to get 30 million visitors over a period of 6 months. Is the Saudi capital even ready? Will you have enough hotel rooms, taxis and the other facilities needed to host such an event in just 7 years?
Well, Riyadh is ready today. The Riyadh season held last year hosted 20 million people. So we feel that the infrastructure we have in the city of Riyadh, again, a city for 8 million people, is significant and is adequate even for hosting Expo today. We have a metro and public transport network that we will open in 2023, and we have all of the facilities required for the Expo bid. On top of that, we're building one of the largest airports in the world. So we feel quite ready with all of the elements required for the technical elements of the bid.
How much money is the Kingdom putting into hosting this mega event? From what I read, you're even offering to financially assist countries build their pavilions. So what is your return on investment?
We are committed to supporting developing countries in the development of their pavilions, whether it's financially or even with curating their experiences. We believe that this is a very important element of the Expo, that all of the pavilions should have a minimum level of quality. And our commitment to the world is that you don't come to the Expo just to see Saudi Arabia and explore Riyadh, but you come to Riyadh to see the world. And so that's the first commitment. In terms of the investment, the site is a premier site in the city of Riyadh. It's on the gateway. We're going to invest about $8 billion in the development of that site, but it is an investment that is integrated into the master plan of the city. We are thinking about that site not in terms of a site for 6 months, but exactly what the role of that site will be post-bid. And most of the investment we will make in the site will be actually used later as workspace, as academic institutions, and also focus on entertainment and hospitality. So the site in of itself is not just an Expo site, it's part and parcel of the city of Riyadh.
I recently hosted nation brand expert Simon Anholt and asked him about the impact of the World Cup on Qatar. Now, he said research doesn't show significant impact on a nation's brand. He said if all goes well, it may have a positive impact over 6 months. So if your aim is to enhance the image of Riyadh, is the investment worth it?
I beg to differ on Mr. Simon's view. First and foremost, I want to congratulate our friends in Qatar. They did a great job, and the whole world was talking about the World Cup experience that they had. And I didn't get to go, but the people who went said it was an amazing experience. I do think that countries and cities that are building their brand benefit significantly from hosting a big event. If you are already a very well-known city that has millions and millions of visitors, like Paris, for example, probably it's less of an impact on your brand. But the city of Riyadh now, with the countries opening to tourism, would benefit significantly, even on a brand basis, from the hosting a big event like the Expo. On top of that, there is socioeconomic benefit of jobs and investment in the site, both pre, during, and after the hosting of the Expo.
What would you say would be the main showpiece or legacy of the event that you want visitors to remember?
Expos have been typically architectural marvels or buildings and pavilions. That is the minimum we should offer the Expo. We would have that and more in our Expo. What we are committing to the world is that this Expo would actually maximize engagement of the citizens of Riyadh and citizens of the globe who visit us, but also beyond that, maximize impact through the metaverse. We believe that the 1 billion visitors to our metaverse would also be able to engage on the pertinent issues that we should all be dealing with, such as prosperity for all, climate action, and a different tomorrow. We are working together for a foresighted tomorrow.
Mr. Al-Rasheed, you've just returned from a large series of engagements during the annual summit of the World Economic Forum in Davos. What feedback did you come with, and any learnings that will help enhance Riyadh's bid for the Expo?
Yeah, it was a marathon, and it also felt like a sprint. So it was an incredible experience, and I think it's one of the greatest events on earth in terms of actually gathering leaders from across the spectrum of society. The feedback that we received was incredible. We have friends all around the world, whether at the state government level, whether on corporates and on civil society and other sectors. And so we feel that there is huge support for our bid and huge interest.
Mr. Al-Rasheed, your country has made very serious pledges with the Saudi Green Initiative and the Middle East Green Initiative. Don't you feel that all of this building, as well as the carbon footprint of 30 million visitors, is going to conflict with what the Kingdom is trying to achieve from an environmental point of view?
We have committed that the site in of itself will be net carbon zero. So that's the first commitment. And I think in 2030, if you are not building that kind of, if you're not committed to protecting that environment, the environment at that level, I think you are way behind. So this is a commitment we've made. On top of that, the city of Riyadh has already made a huge commitment to sustainability. It's probably the boldest sustainability strategy for a city ever launched. It was launched by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Prime Minister and Chairman of the Royal Commission for Riyadh City. The aim of this sustainability strategy is to make Riyadh just an example of sustainability around the world. We've committed to 50% renewable energy mix, 30% electric vehicles by then, but also about conservation. We want to grow the city, but we want to grow it by protecting its resources and make it a more livable city. So the 8 million trees that we are planting around the streets today, using treated water, is improving livability, but also lowering temperatures, therefore lowering our air conditioning bill, and it really has this virtuous cycle on the city. So we believe this should be a model for other cities to follow.
Now, Expo 2030 can't be separated from the Saudi Vision 2030. Critics have repeatedly said that some of the vision's targets are unattainable or overly ambitious. Will Expo be an opportunity to prove them all wrong? And how much of the targets will be done by then?
Vision 2030 is a commitment by the country to transform itself. And in some cases, we have actually exceeded what we expected in some of the areas and sectors within Vision 2030. For example, on women participation in the workforce, we've achieved 37%, which is higher than most OECD countries. So on these KPIs that we've already achieved or exceeded, we will revise them. On those that we have not yet achieved what we want to achieve, we would actually work harder on them. But you have to understand that Vision 2030 is a transformation led by the whole country, not just by the government. All of us are working across the board. Every Saudi individual was working across the board. Our residents that are not Saudi are partaking in this Vision 2030. And so we believe that it's a transformation we should share with the world. And the idea of hosting Expo 2030, which is in the culmination of Vision 2030, is also for us to share with the world our experiences and how we aim to look at the future beyond 2030, 2040 and 2050.
Speaking of targets, you are also the CEO of Riyadh's Royal Commission. As per what I've read, your targets include doubling your population by 2040 and making it among the world's biggest city economies. How will you achieve that, and how far is Riyadh from doing that?
Well, we are developing a strategy and putting the final touches on that strategy, Riyadh strategy, which will be announced in a few months after we get the right approvals from the government. But we're very excited. We will start by basically pushing the economic engine of the city even further, improving livability and increasing the competitiveness of the city. So it's very exciting times in the city of Riyadh.
But how does that work with the overall picture, Mr. Al-Rasheed? NEOM has very similar targets to attract citizens and expatriates. The coastal city of Jeddah is also going on a massive redevelopment project. Now, some critics would say these projects compete with each other as opposed to complementing each other. Would you agree?
No, I wouldn't agree at all. Actually, we have to understand the world of the cities is the most competitive space in the world. There are 248,000 cities around the world. They're competing for talent, for business, and therefore we need to understand that in this competitive world, all cities in Saudi Arabia need to be more competitive. They all need to focus on their economies, increase livability, etc. And so we're very excited about the stage, and we believe that the country will hum through its cities.
Well, finally, I have to ask you, the New Yorkers have the Empire State Building, the Yankees and the New York Times. London has Big Ben or fish and chips and the BBC. So what do you think Riyadh is or will be most associated with in the mind of the international traveller?
We are a global city. We are the 40th largest city economy in the world. We have 8 million population. First and foremost, these cities are not about their buildings. They are about their people. And you have to see this as citizens and residents of Riyadh. They're probably the most hospitable people in the world. And what you see in the city of Riyadh is they are working together with our partners all around the world on reshaping the future of Riyadh. We have more than 30 projects as we speak today in Riyadh. We're building the largest single-phase metro and public transport system in the world. We are we just announced the largest airport in the world. We're building Al Qiddiya, which is basically entertainment and theme park 2.0 in the world. So this is going to be the largest hub for art, sport, and culture. And we're building a Dir'iyya, which is an example of how to protect, preserve heritage and celebrate it, and many, many, many more. In the next few years, the city's livability and excitement is going to multiply. So we're very excited about these times. This is probably the most exciting place to be in the world today.
Your Excellency Fahd Al-Rasheed, the CEO of the Royal Commission for Riyadh City, thank you for joining us today on Frankly Speaking. We appreciate your time.